chords. Let's look at how we make chords up. Now the rules that I'm going to apply here apply to all keys, but for this exercise we're going to work in the key of G, which is, now chords number all the way up to 13. So how does that numbering system work? Let's look. If we number the chords in the scale, the major scale, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So between here and here we have all the chord names that are possible. So let's just start with the first one, which is the major chord. So G major is the first note of the scale, the third and the fifth. G major. We're going to now look at G sixth chord, or the sixth. So that's the first, the third, we play the fifth and we play the sixth. So that's G sixth chord. Let's look at G7. G7 is first, the third, the fifth. Now you would be correct to say that's the seventh note in the major scale, but from now on a G7 chord denotes that has been flattened. So that is G7. Now we're going to continue in the G7 family and move to G9. Now with G9 I'm moving my finger so that my thumb goes on to the third, second finger onto the fifth, the seventh. Now when we play G9 we always play the flattened seventh or the dominant seventh. So for G9 we put the 9 in there, so that's 7, 8, 9. That is G9. Okay, let's look at G11. We'll keep our fingers down here, remembering that's third, 5, 7, 9. For G11 we're going to voice the 7, the 9 and the 11. That's G11. The last one in this group of notes will be the 13th, and the 13th is 12, 13. It's almost there. It's not quite the sound of the 13th, because the sound of the 13th chord has actually got that there, which was the 11th. We pull that down to the 10th position, and that is the sound of the 13th chord. So it's slightly different in the way that we don't keep our fingers in the same position there, we move it to there. So that's 13, G13. Now I'm going to go back to the 7th note of the scale, which is that one there. Now this is a chord called G major 7. It's the first, the third, the fifth, and now we play the major 7. You know to play that because the chord symbol will have either a triangle or a capital M and an A, or it will even say major 7. Major 7 means it's the 7th in the major scale, major 7. Now another chord that we play often is G major 9, which is, I'll put my thumb now on the third, fifth, major 7 and the 9th. And we call that G major 9.